Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into something I'm generally excited about. It's going to be your AI-powered research toolkit. Now, we're going to cover NotebookLM, which is Google's free research assistant. This is as big an advancement in application software as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint were back in the early days of personal computing. It's a real game changer that's going to give you a competitive advantage now and something you're going to need to know within the next 2 to 3 years to just remain competitive. This product is revolutionizing how companies can take ideas through the product development cycle and enter the market faster and with higher quality. And shockingly, it keeps getting better and better as Google rapidly adds more capabilities. After this brief introduction, I'm going to show you 10 Chrome extensions or browser extensions and an open source application that's going to supercharge your workflow. I'm excited about this, and you will be too. By the end of this session, you'll have a complete toolkit for gathering, synthesizing, and exporting research. Skills you will not use just in this course, but throughout your careers. So, what exactly is NotebookLM? It's Google's free AI research assistant. And here's what makes it different from ChatGPT or Claude or even Gemini that you might already be using. NotebookLM is grounded on your resources. When you upload documents, PDFs, Google Docs, websites, even YouTube videos and podcasts, NotebookLM reads and understands them. It's multimodal. Then, when you ask questions, every answer includes citations back to your actual sources. No hallucinations, no made-up facts. Think about that. To better understand information and your group projects, you're going to have a tool that you can utilize to make things work faster. You can upload all your consumer trends, your competitor research, your market analysis documents, your interview transcripts, and then just ask questions like, what are the top 3 pain points across all our user interviews? And get answers with specific citations. The basic workflow is simple. Upload sources, ask questions, get cited answers. But NotebookLM goes further. It can generate multiple output formats that we'll cover in a moment. You can access it right now at notebooklm.google.com. It's completely free with a Google account. There are multiple ways to add sources to your notebook, and this is where it gets interesting. The first is manual addition, the traditional approach. You can upload files from your system or your Google Drive. You can drag and drop PDFs, paste website URLs, add YouTube links or podcast links, and even copy and paste raw text. This is great when you already know exactly what sources you need. But here's the game changer, and this only came about the last couple of months. AI-powered discovery. NotebookLM can now search the web for you. Deep research is the comprehensive version. You enter a topic, and NotebookLM searches the web, evaluates sources, and automatically adds the most relevant ones to your notebook. This is incredible for starting research on a new topic. Fast research is the quick version. It adds just a few highly relevant sources, great for filling gaps when you realize you're missing something. For your group projects that you're going to be doing this semester, I'd recommend starting with deep research to build your initial source base, then manually add any specific documents you need. Now let's talk about what NotebookLM can produce. This is where it really shines. Audio overview is probably the most unique feature. NotebookLM generates a podcast-style discussion of your sources. 2 AI voices having a natural conversation about your content. This is perfect for reviewing material during your commute or while exercising. Now, I've used this to prep for meetings, upload the documents, generate an audio overview, listen while I'm driving. You can also now interact with it and ask questions during the conversation. Amazing. Mind Map creates a visual diagram showing how concepts connect across your sources. This is excellent for seeing the big picture and identifying relationships you might have missed. You can drill down on any one of these uh, and see a write-up about it. Now, an infographic generates a visual summary of key points. This is great for presentations or sharing insights with stakeholders who don't want to read a full report. Slideshow automatically generates a presentation deck from your sources. It's not going to win design awards, but it's a solid starting point that saves hours of work. Study Guide creates a structured document with key concepts, definitions, and summaries. This is perfect for exam prep or onboarding new team members. I suggest you use it for the course. Briefing document produces an executive summary for stakeholders. Clear, concise, professional. For your group projects, I suggest experimenting with all of these. The audio overview is surprisingly useful for getting your whole team aligned on research findings. Alright, so that's NotebookLM itself, but here's where we take it to the next level. There's an entire ecosystem of Chrome extensions that supercharge what NotebookLM can do. And I'm going to show you 10 tools, all free or freemium, that will transform your research workflow. But first, let's take a look at browser compatibility. So before we dive into the extensions, we need to talk about browsers. This matters because not all browsers support Chrome extensions. So if you're using Google Chrome, then you're all set. Those extensions work natively. Microsoft Edge users, good news. Edge is built on Chromium, the same engine as Chrome. Go to the settings, find Allow extensions from other stores, toggle it on, and you can install directly from the Chrome Web Store. Brave and Opera users, these are also Chromium-based, so Chrome extensions work directly. Just navigate to the Chrome Web Store and install. Now, if you're a Firefox or Safari user, I have some bad news. Those browsers use completely different extension architectures. The extensions we're covering today won't work, so you need to maybe install one of the other browsers. That's my recommendation. If you're serious about research productivity, consider using Chrome, Edge, or Brave, which is very good, by the way, as your research browser. Even if you prefer something else for daily browsing, you can have multiple browsers installed. I have several myself, and I go through them all the time. Unfortunately, DuckDuckGo browser also won't work. It has a very limited extension support by design for privacy reasons. Okay, so let's begin our discussion on extensions with 3 extensions that I consider essential. If you only install 3 from this entire presentation, make it these 3. First, NotebookLM Web Importer. This has over 100,000 users and a 4.8 star rating out of 5 for good reason. It lets you import any web page with a single click. But here's what makes it powerful. Bulk URL import. You can paste a list of 50 URLs and import them all at once, all the pages. It also handles RSS feeds, so you can set up automatic imports from industry news sources. For product design specifically, think about importing competitor product pages, industry news articles, patent documents, anything you can find while researching. Second, YouTube to NotebookLM. 60,000 users, perfect 5-star rating. This one imports not just single videos, but it can import entire playlists or even all videos from a channel. The extension pulls the transcript, not the video file, so it works fast and doesn't eat up your source limit. Now for your projects, imagine importing all your thought leaders videos on sustainable design, or even product teardown from a specific channel. That's hours of video content instantly accessible and searchable and synthesizable. In fact, I post my presentations here on YouTube so you can import them and get the gist of it rapidly. Third, website full site importer. 30,000 users, 4.8 stars. I love this one. This is a heavy duty option. It can import entire websites, every page, not just one. And here's the killer feature. It works with login protected content and dynamically loaded pages. What does that mean? Think about product documentation sites that span hundreds of pages, competitive product catalogs, or your company's internal wiki. This extreme can capture all of it. Next, let's talk about AI integration. These extensions connect NotebookLM to other AI tools you're probably already using. Cortex is fascinating. It lets you import conversations from ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity directly into NotebookLM. Why would you want to do this? Well, think about it if you just had a great brainstorming session with Claude about product positioning, or you asked ChatGPT to analyze market trends. Those conversations contain valuable insights, but they're trapped in separate platforms. With Cortex, you can consolidate all your AI research sessions into NotebookLM, then cross-reference and synthesize across all of them. Your ChatGPT market analysis meets your Claude positioning strategy meets your Perplexity competitor research. All searchable, all citable. AI and notes, AI Notes and Research Assistant takes a different approach. It adds a sidebar companion to NotebookLM that provides real-time summaries with citations as you work. It also supports multiple languages, which is huge if you're researching international markets. YouTube Link Automator is for serious video research. Where YouTube to NotebookLM handles playlists elegantly, this one is built for batch processing, up to 100 videos at once. If you're building a comprehensive video-based training set and compiling every session from a multi-day conference, this is your tool. Now, getting content into NotebookLM is only half the battle. You also need to get it out in useful formats. And these four extensions handle the export side. NotebookLM to PDF is straightforward. It exports your conversations to clean, formatted PDF documents. It's great for creating research logs or archiving important Q&A sessions for later reference. NotebookLM Tools, sometimes called Tools Taiwan, is the most comprehensive export solution. It exports to Google Docs, slides, or even forms. But here's what makes it special for academic work. It auto-generates API citations. You're doing research, asking questions, getting answers, and when you export, proper citations are already formatted. Mind map extractor solves a specific problem. NotebookLM's mind maps are fantastic, but they're trapped in the interface. This extension exports them to FreeMind, OPML, and XML formats so you can edit them in dedicated mind mapping tools like Xmind or MindMeister. That's perfect for when you want to take NotebookLM's auto-generated concept map and refine it for a presentation. PDF Exporter Pro, that's the premium option. It lets you selectively export specific conversations or sections rather than everything. When you need polished client deliverables, this is the one. A pro tip here. Combine NotebookLM tools with mind map extractor for complete project documentation. You get visual concept maps plus formatted written reports with citations. I know that's a lot of extensions to talk about, but here's a quick reference you can screenshot for your records. If you want to import a single web page or article, Web Importer. If you want an entire website or documentation site, WebSync Full Site. YouTube videos or playlists, YouTube to NotebookLM. Batch processing 50 to 100 videos, YouTube Link Automator. Import ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude conversations, Cortex. Export to Google Documents with citations, NotebookLM tools. Edit mind maps externally, mind map extractor. Save this page, take a shot of it, and get it out of your NotebookLM when you import this presentation. It'll be worth it. Okay, now we're going to shift gears. Google extensions are great for NotebookLM specifically, but there's a broader ecosystem of free and open source tools that complement your research toolkit. These tools will serve you well beyond this course. They're professional grade applications that don't require enterprise budgets. I'm going to quickly highlight three tools. These three are free or with generous free tiers. First, Flux and Stable Diffusion. These are open source AI image generators, and they're constantly improving, that you can run for free through Hugging Face, Spaces. There's no installation, no API keys, just a web interface. The quality rivals paid tools like Midjourney for many use cases. For product design, you can generate concept visualizations, packaging markups, application screen pages, marketing visuals, all without spending a dollar. There are queues sometimes during peak hours, but for course projects, that's rarely an issue. Second, Figma is an industry standard for UI UX design, user interface design, basically. They have a free tier, and their free tier gives you 3 projects with full functionality. You can create what are called wireframes, interactive prototypes, and complete design systems. The collaborative feature works in the free tier too, so your whole team can work simultaneously. Third, Canva, which generates images, have a free tier. While Figma is for interfaces, Canva handles everything else: presentations, social media graphics, marketing materials. Their free tier includes thousands of templates and, importantly, AI features for image generation and writing assistance. Here's why this matters. These tools democratize product design. 10 years ago, creating professional quality visuals required expensive software, extensive training, or outside professional help. Today, you can produce work that competes with professional studios using free tools. That is a fundamental shift in how you can launch products. And this slide is a preview of where things are heading. NotebookLM by itself doesn't yet have an API which allows other applications to interface with it, but now someone has developed one in GitHub, the open source community, that connects other AI tools via what's called a Model Context Protocol, MCP. You'll hear about MCP servers later in this course. It's basically an open standard that enables AI tools to communicate with one another. Think of it like a USB, which you plug in to computers, for AI, a universal connection standard. Several major tools already support it: Claude Desktop, Claude Code for developers, Perplexity for search, Cursor for editing. Practically, this means your NotebookLM research can serve as a knowledge source for other AI tools. Imagine asking Claude a question and having it automatically pull context from your NotebookLM research, or using Cursor to write code while it references your product documentation notebook. And we're going to cover MCP setup in week 7 when we explore prototyping tools. For now, just know that your NotebookLM investment has legs. It's becoming part of a larger interconnected AI ecosystem. And in fact, NotebookLM through Google actually does have an API. It's only reserved for the enterprise level. And I'm going to tell you how to get an enterprise account for free during this course. So this is material that I think you should install. It will give you the opportunity to use your AI models to get research out of your NotebookLM, to provide other brainstorming opportunities like product development and writing code. Before I wrap this up, I just want to address some common questions you may have. So, first, is there a source limit? Well, in the free version of NotebookLM, you're only allowed 50 sources per notebook, but you can create multiple notebooks. 2, can you share notebooks with your team? Yes. NotebookLM supports collaboration. Are the extensions safe? All of these extensions are from the Google Web Store, which has strong user ratings and it checks on the applications. What about privacy? NotebookLM processes your data on Google's servers, so review their privacy policy for sensitive materials. Okay, let's bring this home with action items. Step 1, I want you to create your first notebook. Go to notebooklm.google.com right now. Yes, as you're sitting here watching this great video, and create a notebook for your group project or for this evening's case study. Name it something meaningful, like NotebookLM's case study analysis. Step 2. I want you to install all 10 of these extensions. Yes, all of them. They're free, or they have premium versions that are very generous. They don't slow down your browser, and you'll use different ones for different tasks throughout the semester. Web Importer for articles, YouTube extension for videos, Cortex when you want to consolidate AI conversation, the export tools when you need to share your work, etc. Install them all now. You can play with them, find out how to use them, and you have them readily available when you need them. Step 3. Add sources and experiment. Import some course materials, like this week's assignment or every week's assignment, and do some deep research on relevant related articles and sources for that to add to your data source. Then check out YouTube, do a search against those to any related videos you might find there. Maybe use deep research to find additional resources. Then generate an output. Try the audio overview or the mind map or even a slide presentation and see what happens. So this week's assignment, set up NotebookLM with at least 5 sources related to your assignment. Generate one output, your choice of format, and share your experience in the discussion forum. A good one would be perhaps an infographic or a concise memo to report. I want to hear what worked, what surprised you, and what you're planning to use it for. That assignment is due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you have any questions, you can contact me through Canvas email, and I'd be happy to respond. I'm really looking forward to your reception to this and seeing what you think. I think it'll change your life.